Hello, everyone. Welcome back to K Podcast. Um, I'm recording this. I'm making this live very late today because I've been seeing a lot of things. It's been a long time since I came on live, but today I just want to talk about the foolishness that I've been seeing, and I'm not gonna lie because there are some things you see and you start wondering, like, is everybody thinking straight? Is it just me? Because I've noticed for a while now there are some people are using relationship to talk about politics. They are two different topics, two absolutely different topics. I'm not gonna be long in this live, but I'm just gonna put my message out there for people that actually do wanna listen. And yes, I'm not American, but hey, you go on TikTok, you go on anywhere in social media, you will hear about things occurring, the news, and especially what is happening in America. Because the truth is, it doesn't matter what social media you are on, you will see most likely, let's just say like 90% of the topics are going to be American topics. And what bothers me is some people are using this, I understand that my channel is about relationships, and I wish to talk more about other things other than relationship because I get it. It is entertaining. It's good to actually have self-validation because that is what we are here for, to validate the opinions of others and to actually give advice, good advice, not advice that would someday hurt you. And yes, there are people that will give you advice that will someday hurt you in future. Now, crossing a line from relationship to politics is something that I feel like, okay, if you want to talk about politics, talk about politics. If you want to talk about relationship, everything is okay. But putting the two of them together because, oh my God, there are some certain men that you don't like, and this, I get it. A lot of these women understand it. They have it in their head, they have it in the back of their head that, hey, you know what? If something happens to this particular man, they would not do anything about it. But actually imposing that into your political life is crazy. You get me? It's nuts. It's absolutely crazy. Taking that, your relationship life, and instilling it in a political life. Now, I understand that one of my last videos, I talked about politics, about Kamala Harris, and I did state the fact that I didn't like how she represented herself because she could have just represented herself as a mixed woman. But she was still the best candidate for the US. Now, with that being said, we're going to go back to this relationship to, politics interface that I've been seeing for a while now. And not for a while because I see like literally titles and I'm like, you know what, I do not have time for this. And a lot of women are making this mistake of literally putting themselves in a place where they're like, oh, I'm not dating this certain man anymore, so that means my whole life and my own politics and everything is gonna change. Darling, let me tell you something. If everything changes, you think everybody else is crying and you're not gonna cry one day? When that time comes, then what? What? Like, people do not think about that. Politics life is always and supposed to be absolutely, absolutely different from your, you know, relationship. You should actually think about. But I feel like when we talk about politics, when people talk about politics, you should first of all put yourself first. Now, going because, oh, this certain kind of man, they did that, they did. No. You're going to have to be selfish and put yourself first. And that's why I like the fact that a lot of women in America, I'm going to say African American women, are not coming out to protest and do any of the all of that. I'm actually very proud of that because you guys need to rest. I'm just going to say the truth. You need to chill out, rest, enjoy yourself, go somewhere because I know a lot of women that came out and talked about, what will happen, that actually advocated for, Kamala Harris and all of that. And I understand the opposition of it, of people being like, oh, I'm not voting for her. I understand, absolutely understand the both side. But at the same time, you should be thinking about yourself first. Politics, as we see it, is a game. It's a game for the, like at this point, especially in the US, it's a game for the wealthy. It's for the oligarchs right now. So when I see people say, oh, this and that, especially when you see somebody talk or speak the truth, and it's a particular person that you do not like, that does not mean they speak less of a truth. Oh, yeah, this person is speaking the truth, but their wife and this, I don't care about wife. Who see, if that person has not picked you, then move along and find somebody that will pick you. If a certain community of men do not want to date women like you, then move along and find a community. It is not by force. Find a community that actually does admire you. Because there is no woman on this earth that is not beautiful. Beauty comes in different ways. People see beauty differently. Your community might not think you're beautiful, but there are other communities that are going to think that you're absolutely stunning. But one thing you should always remember, because like I said when I started this video, I am not going to be, it's very late over here. As you can see, this is live. Maybe I will have time to talk about this more tomorrow when the sun comes up. But I just want to put a short message there. Don't lose yourself in this chaos. Do not make your whole life about your partner, your whole entirety about, oh, I'm going out and I'm going to, find somebody else. Yeah, I get that. But you are so dependent. And let's not forget, this is what happened because let's not forget a lot of women, and especially in this community, were also so dependent on the men. They put everything on the men. They were like, oh, I put my hope, I sacrifice everything. I'm going to do everything and anything. No, as women, you have to start putting yourself first. It should be you first. It should always be you. You should be selfish, that selfish, extremely selfish. It doesn't matter who, nah, if it does not benefit you politically, no, it's a no. But you also have to understand the consequences that might come with it. Because now I've heard a lot of people, like literally the tears on TikTok are literally turning me deaf. I'm going deaf from that because many of these people, a lot of people want them. A lot of people want them. At the end of the day, the decisions we made, a lot of people did what they had to do. But just because because the way I'm seeing these things going, you know what? I will still be on TikTok, and maybe on TikTok because I don't know if I'm gonna be there because the headache is too much. But I'm gonna be on YouTube over here because the topic is okay. If you're talking about relationship, you're talking about somebody that can provide for you, somebody that loves you, somebody that do care about you. That is relationship. Politics is different because the person can love you and still thinks that, hey, I want it this way, and that way that he or she wants might not benefit you. They might see it in another light and be like, oh my God, you know what? It will benefit us. And like the farmers are crying right now. A lot of them did vote for, you know who? They are talking about they are not having workers. They are talking about, what do you think if they deport everybody? This is another thing people do not think about. A lot of people do not use the brain. What do you think if they deport everybody in the US? What do you think they're thinking about to go send to those farm fields, to the farms, to do the labor, to do the small jobs? Because we can all see this coming. We can all literally see it coming. You might be laughing and kicking your legs up and clapping and doing whatever you want right now, but you should also be concerned. Start, planning your life. Start organizing your life. Start saving money. If you don't have a passport, I will say get a passport. In case of anything, you need to have a plan B. That is another thing nobody's talking about. Nobody's talking about a plan B. What are you going to do if everything fails? Like I said before, this video is even already too long and it's extremely late over here. But you know what? I'm going to probably try to find a way to talk about this topic more later on in the morning, because there are a lot of things I want to say and I want to, put out and have a real conversation around this topic that I don't have enough time right now to do. So we're going to have to cut this short, and then we're going to talk about this tomorrow. And we are going to talk about the pros and the cons, what is going to happen, what might happen, what is going on, the deep topics, real deep topics. Because when it comes to politics, it's absolutely different. It's always very different when it comes to politics than relationship. You can decide who you want to be with. Politics the same thing, but it has to be a majority. And maybe if the majority does not accept what you want, or you actually get disenfranchised by the majority that voted for it, you're still going to lose. Yeah. And you might think, oh my God, it's not going to affect me. And then when it does, it might start affecting others right now, hard. But when it comes to you, you don't know how hellish hard it might be on you. Because you see all these people crying, talking, you're like, oh my God, oh look at them, oh yeah, I get it. But we also have to talk about what is the plan. What is the plan if everything goes left and it doesn't benefit you, and it actually disenfranchises you, it actually puts you in a worse position? Nobody's talking about that. Like I said before, we will see again next time. Do not forget to leave your commentary. And if you are here for the first time, don't forget to leave a like and leave whatever you want to talk about in the commentary section. I'm always open to other people's thoughts because I think that this topic is actually deep. It is. It is deep. And it's something that we have to start understanding the difference between politics and relationships. Because if you put the two of them together and then you go far away with the other side, oh, because of this happened to me, I'm going to go so far to the other side that one day it might actually come and hurt me. That is the top. That is the thing. It might come and hurt me. My marriage might not be safe. Me married to this other woman or man from another ethnicity might actually, that marriage might be in danger. So with that being said, you know, I see WC. Yeah, long time ago, I have like YouTube doesn't pay. I always say it. It doesn't. And trust me, I needed the rest, and not only the rest. Like when I look at my YouTube channel, I'm like, you know what, girl, you gotta rest. I'm not getting paid for this, and you just lose interest. I'm sorry, but there are some certain times that topics like this come up, and even I cannot keep quiet about it. I have to come out and be like, you know what? I do have people that are still subscribed to me. I still do have people that listen to me. And I have to literally inform those that are still with me, give them my own thoughts, give them my own advice, let them merit in it, let them think about it for themselves, and give them options. Now, okay, we gonna meet again, and I'm gonna say if you haven't had your notification button on, I would say to actually do so right now, because if I'm coming on live, I'm pretty sure we're going to talk about a lot about what is happening right now, the all the conservative orders that are being signed. And I understand, you know, that's why when I saw the women, especially African American women sitting back and saying we are not doing this job, I'm absolutely for that. I'm like, let everybody else do it, but you have to be also clever. You have to keep your eyes peeled in case they try to sneak one on you, and they try to you know put you in a place where you don't want to go. You don't want to go back to the 1940s. You don't want to go back there. You don't want to go back when people's marriage was not valid because they were from different ethnicity, because of skin tone and all of that. You want to still have the advantage to pick. And I understand that a lot of women right now are getting on the game of literally loving themselves and trying to find a man. It doesn't matter the skin tone, it doesn't matter, you know, the ethnicity, to find love. But you must also understand relationship separate from politics. You have to think for yourself. Now, with that being said, have a great day. And, like I said, leave your commentary and your thoughts, whatever you think about this. And I will see you all on the next one. Have a blessed day and goodbye.